This is the Kitchen Sink WP Podcast, episode 399.
I program my own computer.
We have a server crash, 404 error, page not found, links aren't working, system is crashing, system is crashing, system is crashing.
Your old HTML website, barely alive. We have the technology. We have WordPress. A new website, better than it was before. Better, stronger, faster. We have the technology. The technology.
Why, hello everybody, this is Adam Silver, the host of the Kitchen Sink WP Podcast. Thanks for being here. Let's get started. All right, upcoming events. We have two to talk about. First and foremost, WordCamp Italia online, 2021 it's called, October 22nd and 23rd. Pretty cool. And also coming up next week, day before that, October 21st, not WordPress specific, but a lot of connections here. ZapConnect is October 21st. ZapConnect is Zapier's first ever user conference, 9 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Pacific time. They have a ton of keynote speakers. I guess the main keynote is going to be Seth Godin. It's free. I've registered for it, and I'm going to try to attend, really try it, because Zapier is awesome. And just so you know, it's not Zapier, it's Zapier, because Zapier makes you happier. Zapier is the tool that lets you tie things in to have some scripting and go between different services and tools. Pretty cool stuff. So if you're into Zapier, the ZapConnect is coming up October 21st. Again, 9 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Pacific time. Keynote speaker is Seth Godin, but I also looked at the agenda. Let me bring it up here again just while we talk for a split second here. And yeah, they have, there's also an opening with Wade Foster. He's the co-founder and CEO. So there's a lot going on here. There's like thinking with automation mindset. There's like three different tracks. Getting started, level up, and dream big are the three tracks. So pretty cool. And I guess the keynote is at 11 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. on the first day. Yes, on Thursday, on the only day, sorry. So check that out if you're interested. Pretty cool. I'm looking forward to it. I really am, actually. All right, what else is going on here? Yeah, that's it for the upcoming events, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, actually, one last thing. Well, I'll put this in the news. So segment one, in the news. Two things here. One is I did hear a rumor that the first in-person WordCamp has been approved. It's going to be, I think, in Birmingham, in Alabama. So that's cool. It's going to be, I think, early next year. I believe it's February. I didn't see the date yet. I just heard it through, someone mentioned it to me. I'm not sure exactly who, I don't remember. But we are looking at early next year, 2022, February, March, I think, WordCamp Birmingham. And if I'm not doing anything that weekend, I will definitely be there. That is a fact. I drove to it a couple years ago, had a great time, and I will go again. So there you go. Also in the news, WordPress.org profiles now show activity for contributions made over on GitHub. The .org profiles, they got an update over last week or a week and a half ago that kind of gave you the reflection of the contributors' efforts over on GitHub. Pretty cool thing. So if you want to see that, I'll put a link in the show notes as well. So cool. That is it in the news. That's it in the news. All right, moving on. Segment 2, the meat and potatoes of this week's episode, Q&A episode. It's been 8 weeks. As I always do every 8 weeks, I do a questions and answers, and I have 3 questions this week. Actually, I had 4, but I had to, it was already out there, and it got answered before I got to it. So it's okay. Question 1, this is sent in by James. How do I limit what pages get shown in a search query? Specifically, I don't want my terms and conditions to be results as they aren't relevant in my opinion. James. Well, James, thanks for the question. And of course, the answer is it depends. In this case, if you want to add code to your functions.php file or use a plugin. So I went with the easiest way. A little research on this. I found a plugin called Search Exclude Plugin. Literally that easy. And I tried it, and it works really well. And it's super simple, and it's lightweight. There are other ways to do it as well, where you can add code to exclude certain pages or authors or tags and categories and tags. It's all about adding the right code to the functions.php and getting the post or page reference number. It's a lot more work technically, but if you want an easy and fast way, Search Exclude Plugin works, and I would just go that way. Of course, and it's yes, it's a plugin, so you have to keep it updated. If you add it to the functions file, that's fine. You can actually do a site-specific plugin if you want to do it on your own. So there's a couple other ways to do it. Of course, it depends, but I would just go with an easy plugin for right now. I just thought that was the easiest possible way. Move forward and continue with your day-to-day life. All right. Second question here. Oh, this one. I don't know who sent this in. Full site editing question. Here it is. Full site editing. ... I see it's coming with version 5.9 this December. Does this mean the end of page builders? What are your thoughts? Ooh. Oh, great question. I have thoughts. Yes, first and foremost, full site editing, FSE as it's been called out in the ether. It's a concept referring to the ability to build an entire website based on using blocks. It's a collective term for block themes, template editing, global styles. So with that said, I believe those using WordPress as developers and agencies, as well as users, are going to have to change their habits. That's my first thought. And I am guilty of this, where I'm going to really have to change my habits probably early 2022. We don't use the Gutenberg editor, the block editor. We still have our stack being consistently mainly being used of Beaver Builder, the plugin, the theme, because it's what works for us. It's what we know. We're fast with it, etc. I definitely see FSE changing things, and I believe for the better down the line. I really do. I think it's going to help a lot of people get up and running much quicker. For those of us running agencies, I wish I had the name of the person who sent this in. I'll just say, dear user, dear questioner. For those of us who have agencies, again, it's about providing the right solution for the client. So the clients don't really care what we use, technically speaking. So does it mean the end of page builders? I don't think so. Not right away by any stretch. I don't see anyone just shutting up shop and saying goodbye. If anything, the page builders will have more incentive to make sure they work with 5.9, with the block editor and the block page builder, the builders, etc. So I don't see it going away, and I'm not too worried about that right now. So I'm not going to stop using our tool set. I just want to make sure we are up to speed and we use the right tool for the right project to make the client happy at the end of the day. Okay. So third and final question is sent in by Rachel. How long do you wait for a potential new client to show up on a Zoom call before you leave? Oh, fantastic question, because I just literally had this happen to me 2 times in the past 2 weeks, and it's a potential for a potential client. Someone reached out, they picked the time on my Calendly, and they didn't show the first time, red flag number 1. A week went by, they apologized, something came up, okay, I let it slide. They picked the second slot, actually they picked 2 more slots by accident. I actually confirmed with them which one they wanted, and I made an adjustment to the time because they're overseas, and again, the no-show. So, the answer here is this. 5 minutes. I waited 5 minutes. They didn't show up again, and I hung up the Zoom call. The first time I waited about 10 to 12 minutes, and So for the record, they're not going to get any more of my time. I'm not sure the client was actually that legit. They're in Dubai. Not that you're a scammer from Dubai, but I just felt like, you know what? You missed 2 calls that you requested, and you don't take my time. You don't seriously. So I say 5 to 10 minutes tops. No more than that, and 1 to 2. I mean, you get 2 tries with me on this. Not strike 3. You get strike 2, and you're out in my game. So there you go. Simple as that. Really, it's really, 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 really that simple. I thought I had a 4th question. I guess I do not. Okay, no, moving on. Great. Segment 3, tip and tool of the week. I saw this mentioned by someone, I believe on Slack, or maybe it was on Twitter. It's a chart indicating whether or not you should work for free. It's very cool. You can buy a print of it. It's made by Jessica Hish. Back in 2011, it was copywritten. It's over at shouldiworkforfree.com. It's a flow chart. Short answer, no. But it's fun. Take a look at it over at shouldiworkforfree.com. Just as a reminder that we all have value in some capacity. We should all get paid for it. We shouldn't be working for free. And I just want to reiterate that as we kind of wrap up here in our 4th quarter of the year, as we enter the 4th quarter of the year, and we have a lot of clients who want things for free and fast or cheap. It's like, no, we have value as agency owners, as independent freelancers, contractors, etc. So check it out. Shouldiworkforfree.com if you have any questions or whether you should charge or not. Okay, let me wrap it up here. And if you have any questions, go ahead and send it in via email, adam@KitchensinkWP.com, or use the SpeakPipe function on the website. If you want to support the show, become a Patreon, KitchensinkWP.com/Patreon. You can sponsor the show. There's a form on the website. If you're looking for accountability and some business coaching, adamsilver.com. And thanks for listening. See you next week. Now go out and do some awesome things with WordPress. All right, bye-bye.